Hello everyone, Gambit here. It's great to see you all again. Gambit and Rogue, after the time string entanglement interrupted their dream wedding. To make up for the disruption, Gambit has planned a honeymoon full of surprises for Rogue. Gambit is a master strategist, blending kinetic energy control with his icon.
Okay.
Effects, or deal damage, knocking back enemies, and applying anti-heal.
Okay.
Season 5 also introduces a thrilling new mode, 18 vs 18, Conquest, Annihilation. 36 players will catch in the all-new Grand Garden map, promising epic chaos and unforgettable fun.
Bro, 18 v 18 is crazy. It's about to be madness, bro. Like, do y'all understand how many people that is? Oh my gosh.
We are also adding a placement system to competitive mode starting in Season 5.
They finally doing something that everybody asks. Cause please, why is everybody starting so low? And then no, it should be 3 placements and then you get put in gold, fucking whatever you need to be. Like, I'm tired of these bronze players.
Of New York's Times Square. This is a non-combat map that can host up to 100 players. Hang out, dance, watch videos, read books, and let your imagination run wild. And a free legendary Jeff costume. We are also rolling out a series of exclusive anniversary costumes.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big Magic fan, but oh my gosh, that shit looks so fire.
And even cake party themed costumes. We hope you love them as much as we do. Gambit, Human Torch, Magic, Mantis, Wolverine, Phoenix, Thor, Loki.
Okay. November 14th, so when they so they trying to make sure they give everybody accessory.
All available with the Season 5 update.
Charging Magneto's Grace Wall with kinetic energy. When Magneto activates this team-up ability, his primary attack is replaced by launching a kinetic charge Grace Wall. On impact, it explodes, damaging enemies and ejects.
Let me go back. I like that. I've been trying to get better with Magneto because I'm trying to play a tank and I ain't gonna lie. This look nice.
When Magneto activates this team-up ability, his primary attack is replaced by launching a kinetic charge Grace Wall. On impact, it explodes, damaging enemies and ejecting unstable kinetic energy for a delayed second hit. Moon Knight is the anchor here. When Blade and Moon Knight team up the dash, Blade unleashes several quick sword strikes, each launching a Moon Blade projectile. It unleashes enemies with the sword of Dracula. At the end of the dash, Blade unleashes several quick sword strikes. With placement matches, your rank will no longer reset to a fixed tier each season. Instead, you will play 10 placement matches in competitive mode each season.
So Gambit looks awesome, and then Rogue will be coming in Season 5.5. Now, as for Gambit's alternate skin that's coming with the release of Season 5, he should be getting his wedding skin because Season 5 starts off with Gambit and Rogue's wedding, which gets interrupted by the Grandmaster. In the Season 5 trailer, he was attending the wedding, and it looks like he might have been taken or something, and we maybe have to rescue him for Season 6. So Cyclops might be the next hero coming in Season 6. So
let's go. Oh my, holy buttons, Batman. Look at the abilities. What? He's got a dash here. And he's got even more abilities like magic. Holy skill ceiling, guys. What the hell? This is so badass. I don't even know what I'm watching. This breakdown's about to be hell. Okay, here's the ultimate. He better say the line. I swear to God. Say the line. That's not the line, but I'll take it. Okay, so it's got hops here, right? The jump ability and damage. Okay. Okay, a couple things. First of all, Gong, what the hell? Where's the line? Oh, I'm about to make a name for myself. You guys have one job. 2, maybe they say it on the enemy team. 2, the ult seems but we'll have to see. I mean,
That'd be dope.
obviously
Well,
it's a
I'm about to
strategist.
make a
We got to
name
see
for
the numbers.
myself.
I think strategist fits his kit. Down look at Gambit. We get our first look of him, his profile icon, and then his what is going to be 21 throwing cards in his deck. That's his ammunition. Now, Gambit is equipped with 275 health and is stacked full of abilities that will break down each and every one. Now, first off, guys, let's talk about his primary card throw. It both heals Magneto in this scene, but it can also be seen hurting both Emma Frost and Magic, so similar to the same as Cloak and Dagger, Jeff, Loki, you're going to have this primary that can both heal and deal damage. It does look like he's throwing about 3 cards at a time, so he's got the 21 ammunition. That's going to be 7 different card throws to heal and damage enemies. Now, that's going to be his primary attack, but let's talk about his right click if you're on keyboard or his alternate fire, and that is going to be the use of his bow staff. Now, he has 2 charges of this, and at first it looks like he does a small amount of damage to the magic that does dive him, but also it will be healing the Magneto, so it's going to be a little bit of a damage and some healing to nearby teammates. Mainly something to give you a little bit of separation if you do get dived by an opponent. Now, on top of this, this will be the way that Gambit can top off his own health, as it does heal himself as well. And then we get a look at probably the most badass reload animation that we have in the game. They just absolutely freaking cooked here. All right, now we find ourselves within the Cradle of Krakoa, I believe what it's called, as the fight breaks out in front of Cerebro, and we get our first look of his dash, his left shift, as he's going to be finding the high ground there, and he has 2 uses of this as well to get around the map to engage, but more often, you know, escape or get out of harm's way. This can be seen in the trailer a couple times trying to engage different fights or do combo with his bow staff. But now let's focus on the crazy stuff. So Gambit is going to have access to 2 different decks, as you see down below. A heart deck of cards and a spade deck of cards. Now, the cards you see in the middle is going to regenerate like any resource we have within the game, like Human Torch with his flames. But the way that Gambit uses these cards is he will activate one of his decks, and then he will then pick either a flush or a raise, kind of like Magic does with her portals. Now, in this example, you see he hits one of the options for the deck of hearts, and he's able to throw cards to Namor that then make their way to Storm to heal both of the heroes. So this is probably one of his more main abilities, to heal a cluster of teammates. But then, just as impressive as his heal, he has his King of Hearts, as he yells, and this is going to be kind of a way to purify negative effects. And so we were kind of teased on this with Guang Guang in the Dev Vision, but you can see here in the Agamotto or with Sleep or a ton of different CC in the game, Gambit is going to be your man to get rid of those. So the hearts obviously are going to be for healing and status cleansing, whereas in the next scene we see him use his deck of spades. Now these are going to be his damaging cards. You can see him throwing down these explosions of cards that are going to also offer healing reduction, kind of similar to what Venom does in his ultimate. And then when he's in the battle, he dashes towards more of the action, and we can see very briefly he activates it yet again, and this is going to cause an explosion that does a pretty good chunk of damage and creates a knockback. So with 4 cards of healing or damage, this is going to stack up pretty fast, guys, in both healing and damage that you can put out with Gambit. So in my opinion, if you're kind of like Cloak and Dagger, if you will, not the best example, because I think he's going to be a bit more heavy in the skill ceiling, I think Gambit's going to feel right at home. Now let's move on to Gambit Never Folds, his ultimate. And at first looked, it kind of looked underwhelming, but the more I look at it, it kind of looks powerful. So you're going to be giving all the allies in the area, movement, ability boosts. You can see Punisher just clear the Groot wall with ease, but also what seems to be a damage boost. They're going to be healed, and from what I could understand, at least from this, they're going to be able to be, they won't be able to have negative effects. And so this is just going to give your team that supercharge to take over points and a good niche in the game, if you will. And yeah, guys, for the most part, that's kind of what we can tell from his kit. You know, there's probably more to it. I think his ability screen is going to be absolutely wild. I don't know how they're going to fit it all on one screen. And then we do know he does have the team up with Magneto. He's going to be the
So
anchor,
if I don't get Gambit every single game,
so we'll have to see.
look, I'm trying to tell y'all, I am a healer. I love playing DPS sometimes, whatever, it'd be fun. But I love to heal and see people cook up and But with that said, it's like I love that we get more and more strategists. Like, we need more that's actually fun and good to play. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't like playing Mantis. I really don't. I like Cloak and Dagger, Jeff. Like, it's just fun to actually heal with them, not just sitting back there doing some bullshit. if you're not a healer, don't play Gambit. I know he a new character, but fuck all that. Y'all go back to DPS, like for real, for real. Y'all stay on DPS, stay on tank, do that. Don't fucking get on Gambit. Let that be for the healers. I'm telling you. Like, but this is nice. I really like this. But if I don't get Gambit, I'm gonna play Magneto, because like I said, I want to get him Lord, and I wanna get Magneto Lord. Like, I ain't really play Magneto like that. I've been messing around here and there, so
going to boost his healing. So we'll have to see the exact numbers, right? Strategists can look one way, but they, definitely act another in game. How much healing can he put out? How much damage and survivability? These are going to be all important things to determine how good Gambit is. But if I were going to take a guess, guys, there's no way they're going to give us Gambit as a bad hero. So from what it looks like, he's not going to be a jump in, play with him really easily kind of guy. And I probably see him being used a ton in the meta game, especially at, pro play. But in the upper echelon of ladders, if you will. But of course, guys, we are going to get early access as always, so be on the lookout for that. Subscribe for more videos that will be dropping on Gambit and our first look of Season 5 and all the goodness that will be coming to it. Also, while I am rambling, I do think they're probably going to do a team up with Rogue, if I were to guess, when she does come into the game as well, so that will come later in the season. So we can't expect more team-ups than just one. At least that would be my initial guess. Maybe Rogue being the anchor, and then Gambit gets a new ability. That's what I would personally think is going to happen with our Remy.